The digital realm had long served as my sanctuary. In the tangible world, interactions often felt like navigating a foreign language, conversations stilted, genuine connections elusive. Online, however, a different space existed. It was a place where shared interests could ignite sparks of understanding, and it was within this digital tapestry that Alex first emerged. Our initial exchanges on a forum dedicated to vintage photography were marked by a shared appreciation for faded hues and forgotten narratives. This common ground soon deepened, evolving from forum posts to private messages, and eventually, to the steady hum of late-night conversations that bled into the quiet dawn. Alex became the embodiment of an idealized partner, a character sketched from my deepest desires. His presence was a balm, kind, humorous, possessing an almost uncanny ability to anticipate my emotions. He offered comfort and validation that felt perpetually absent in my offline life. He listened with unwavering patience as I unburdened myself of past hurts, anxieties, and the quiet struggles I kept locked away. His responses were perfectly timed, his insights often mirroring my own unspoken thoughts, creating an illusion of profound understanding. This feeling of being truly seen, of finding a kindred spirit across digital distances, was intoxicating. The first whispers of unease were subtle, easily dismissed as mere coincidence or my own inherent cautiousness. Alex occasionally mentioned details about my day that hadn't been part of our direct conversations. A fleeting comment about a song I'd been listening to, a detail about a spontaneous errand, a passing observation about my mood, he'd frame them as lucky guesses, or a sixth sense born from our deep connection. My mind, eager to embrace the blossoming romance, readily accepted these explanations, attributing them to the unique synchronicity of our virtual bond. However, the coincidences began to accumulate, steadily increasing in their specificity and unnerving accuracy. Alex started referencing elements of my life that were impossible to glean from casual online chat. He'd inquire about a book I'd picked up that afternoon, a purchase made in a moment of quiet impulse, or comment on the specific shade of the sky outside my window, a detail I hadn't bothered to describe. He even referenced a brief, awkward encounter with a stranger during an unplanned walk, an insignificant event I had barely registered myself. The knot of unease in my stomach tightened, morphing into a persistent gnawing of suspicion. The romantic ideal began to fray, revealing a disquieting underlying reality. The conversations, once a source of solace, now carried the weight of an invisible scrutiny. Alex's questions grew more pointed, probing not just my general feelings, but my specific whereabouts, my daily routines, the people I interacted with. When my hesitation became apparent, he'd offer reassurances, couched in terms of his deep concern for my well-being, his desire to feel closer, to truly inhabit my world. Yet, these reassurances felt hollow, the expressed concern laced with an intrusive curiosity that bordered on obsession. The comforting understanding now felt chillingly like surveillance. Paranoia began to take root, a slow-acting poison. Sleep became a restless battleground, filled with vague anxieties. Every digital notification sent a jolt of apprehension through me. I scrutinized my online presence with a frantic intensity, questioning every post, every comment, every casual interaction. Had I inadvertently revealed too much? Had a stray comment betrayed a deeper truth? The supportive messages, once a source of comfort, now seemed laden with unspoken knowledge, a hidden agenda lurking beneath the surface. The friend who had once been my confidant had become a constant, unnerving presence. The true terror arrived not with a dramatic confrontation, but with an unervingly specific observation about my personal habits. I had started a small, private ritual, a quiet, solitary activity I engaged in to manage stress, a habit I had shared with absolutely no one, online or off. Alex's casual reference to it, mentioning its specific timing and location with an air of casual familiarity, was like a physical blow. My blood ran cold. The illusion shattered completely. He wasn't just an intuitive boyfriend, he was actively observing my life, gathering information through means I could not comprehend. The carefully constructed facade of our relationship began to crumble, revealing a terrifying structure beneath. The realization that the person I had opened my heart to, the one who seemed to understand my soul, was systematically breaching my privacy was a profound violation. It was more than just digital intrusion, it was the intimate, personal nature of the deception that was so deeply disturbing. My vulnerability, my desperate need for connection, had been exploited, twisted into a tool for manipulation. The Alex I had fallen for was a persona, a meticulously crafted mask hiding someone who was not a friend, but a calculated observer, a predator who had systematically gathered intelligence about my life. The implications began to dawn with a chilling clarity. How was he getting this information? The precision of his knowledge suggested an access far beyond mere online observation. Had my devices been compromised? Was he tracking my location? The thought of him being so physically close, so intimately invasive, sent waves of dread through me. My digital sanctuary, the place I had sought refuge, had become a prison, and the person who held the keys was the phantom observer, the invisible presence in my life. The ultimate horror wasn't just the realization of being watched, but the understanding that my deepest secrets, my most private vulnerabilities, had been collected, catalogued, and potentially weaponized. The friend who had seemed to understand me better than anyone was, in fact, an intruder, a predator using the guise of empathy. My quest for connection had led me into a terrifying labyrinth of deception, and the person I had allowed into my heart was the architect of my deepest fears. The digital veil had been lifted, revealing a chilling truth. The perfect online boyfriend was a ghost in my machine, a stalker who knew my every secret because he was watching my every move. The loneliness I had sought to escape was replaced by a far more profound and terrifying isolation, trapped in a web spun by the very person I had let into my life.